5-minute
call. This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall.
Hey, what's up? This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall. Today we are here with Julie Reiber. Our top 5 about Julie are: number 1, she just closed Newsies on Broadway. Congratulations, happy closing, Julie. Number 2, she was fabulous as Elphaba in Wicked on Broadway. She knows all about getting herself a little green. Number 3, she was Marian in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert on Broadway as well. She went to Western Washington University. And number 5, and most importantly, she is a proud mother to a beautiful little girl, Ellery Toon, who we lovingly call Tootie. So welcome, Julie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Great to see you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll jump right in. First question for you is, tell me a little bit about your process from high school, like where you're from, to Western Washington, to where you are now.
I'm from Bellingham, Washington originally, which is just north of Seattle. And, I was always singing, and I started doing, I did my first show at the Bellingham Theater Guild, which was the community theater there, when I was 12. And that first show kind of hitched me in. And so I did a lot of theater from then on. I did theater through high school. I did summer stock at Western, which was the local college. And then I ended up going to school at the local college as well. I was a vocal performance major and a theater minor, an acting minor. And then my finals week of college, I auditioned for a cruise ship singing for Royal Caribbean so that I could make money to move to New York. And I booked it. So I graduated college, and then a week later I went on a cruise to sing. I saved a ton of money, and then I moved to New York to an apartment in Brooklyn that I'd never seen, and cried, called my mom, and then I hit the streets and started going to every open call and audition I knew, because I didn't know anyone and I had no equity card or anything. And then within a few months I booked my whole next year with some stuff. And that was in 2001. And then I got my Broadway debut in 2004 in Brooklyn, the musical.
Question number 2 for you is, tell me, what was the breakthrough moment for you?
When I was 12 and doing this show, I was doing this show called Mad Cinderella at the Bellingham Theater Guild. And I played like Little Red Riding Hood, this little bit part. And then I always watched the girl playing Cinderella, and I knew all of her lines, and I knew all of it. And which probably set me up to be like the swing standby cover of the world, because I've done a lot of covering in my career, which is when you cover the lead actress, and you're the first to go on for them. And I've done that in 5 of my 6 Broadway shows, so I've covered a lot. But anyway, I guess my first covering moment, which kind of brought me into knowing that I wanted to do this, was Cinderella got tonsillitis. And of course, there were no covers in theater. And everyone was like, Julie knows it. She knows it. She sits there. She knows it. And, they came to me like 2 hours before curtain, and they were like, can you do this? Do you know this? And I was like, yeah, I can totally do this. I was totally stoked. And I just like dove in, and I ended up playing Cinderella and playing my role as well of Red Riding Hood. And I have a video of it from when I'm 12, and I'd be Cinderella, and then I would run around and throw my cape over my head and come on as Red Riding Hood. And I played both the roles. And at the end, the director brought me up like 12, this huge bouquet of roses. And I was standing there, and everyone was standing up for me. And I was like, I could do this. This is awesome. So I think that was like my moment of like, yeah, I'm totally going to do this.
So what was the most memorable moment you've had, either on stage or off stage or in your career?
Well, my final Elphaba on Broadway. It was just really moving and awesome for me. I had popped back in for like a 6-week cover for them right before Christmas. And, I knew that I was probably not coming back. And I just kind of felt the freest that I had ever felt in the role.
What is your favorite pizza topping?
It's pepperoni and pineapple, or it's a margarita pizza. Those, not together, separate.
All right, and our last question for you is, if you could go back and tell your 16-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Be yourself and trust that you and yourself is enough. Because in this business, a lot of times we're trying to sort of be something so that we can, get them to see us in the role or try to be a role for them. I just think a lot of times, when I'm my fullest self and when I'm just myself, a lot of times those are my best auditions, because I think we're all unique, we're all special. And when you bring yourself to a role, you're always going to bring something unique and different that someone else can't bring because you're the only you, right? So just being your best self and just being yourself and staying true to yourself and trusting that you're enough.
I love that. That's really good advice. Well, thank you so much, Julie. I know you're probably so tired. Newsies just closed on Sunday, so thank you so much for taking your first resting week to spend a little time with us on 5 Minute Call.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And kiss that baby for me.
I will.
Go.